Hi, this is Alan08, and I'm going to do Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 8, Episode 8. I know it's almost been a week later since Episode 8, but this is the only time I felt that I could do a video, so here goes. After 2 or so weeks of like a Bravo break, we go back and the ladies are still in Austin on day 3. And Ashley and Giselle are in Ashley's room preparing for a painting party, only not to paint vaginas, but to pay their tribute to Karen for her 60th birthday. And the whole idea of this said party was for the ladies to paint what they feel represents Karen or their interpretation of Karen, whether it's a picture of Karen herself or anything that reminds them of Karen. And Giselle says that, despite the misunderstandings that they have, she really cares about making Karen's birthday a very special one. And I have to say, that's very nice of Giselle, even though she's shady and has her nasty, obnoxious ways about her. Honestly, I don't know of anybody else that can beef with each other the way that they do, but they can make up and things are all cool again. Like, I don't know if I can maintain a friendship like that. It would be like, why am I still friends with this person? We're only going to start fighting, and it's going to get toxic again, so why do I even bother? But anyway, Giselle and Karen can handle that, so. At the pool, there's poolside, there's Robin, Mia, and Aneka hanging out at the pool while Karen, Wendy, and Candace are at the poolside bar where they get drinks. And the former three seem to have wished Karen a happy birthday from afar, because apparently there's still beef, like between Wendy and Aneka, Wendy and Robin and Candace, and I don't think Karen has beef with anybody, because it's her birthday. She wants everything to be peaceful, not just with her, but with everybody around her. Giselle texts the ladies to remind them that the painting party will be in 30 minutes. And then Giselle asks how Ashley's mother, Sheila, is doing, and if she's still with that guy. And Ashley confirms that, yes, Sheila is with the same guy, and she hasn't been to her mother's new house in 2 years. Apparently ever since she moved into the new house with this very guy 2 years ago, that's how long it's been since Ashley has seen him, because she cannot stand him. And it's because Ashley refuses to see him, let alone speak to the very man that has abused her mother, has been unfaithful to her, and doesn't bother to help out with anything. And apparently her mother has been with this guy ever since Ashley was in high school, and that's around the time that the drama began with his inability to contribute to Sheila's household. And for Ashley to see her mother in this predicament sets the tone for how Ashley wants to move differently in her own life and relationships. Like, she wants somebody that's more reliable and financially stable. Well, in Michael, you got one out of those two things, because as far as reliable, he seems to be proven otherwise, what with his going behind your back, and now this divorce that's been filed. So at the pool, this is after they get the text from Giselle about the painting party. Wendy wonders what they will all be painting, and Karen is still under the impression that they'll be painting vaginas, and she's so not interested in painting vaginas. It's Candace that thinks they'll be painting vaginas. And let's be honest, that last painting event that never happened turned out to be a lost cause anyway, because it turned into people interrogating Robin and why she kept what was going on with Juan and their marriage a secret. Okay, maybe Karen did say that she implied that she doesn't want to do it either, because she said she does not want to envision anybody's vagina. I don't even want to. And then from there, the subject of waxing is brought up, not just in the bikini or vaginal area, but other areas of the body. I thought about getting a wax one day, but then I realized how much it could hurt. So for me, I'm just gonna stick with shaving. At the pool, Mia addresses the weird moment of walking into the intense argument from day one of their Austin trip, when the argument was happening between Nneka and Wendy. And Mia tells Robin and Nneka about her time at the distillery when she was with Karen, Candace, and Wendy. And especially with Wendy, when she opened up about the pain she experienced growing up Nigerian, whether it be the stereotypes, judgments, and connotations regarding her culture, religion, and her mother. And honestly, I'm sure a lot of other people feel this way. I'm just sick and tired of the conversation about shrines and about the xenophobia about Wendy and her family. I'm just beyond tired of it. It's best that Nneka and Wendy just stay away from each other. Of course, that could go into the whole why do you call yourself being in a friend group with somebody that you're not friends with or you don't really care about? Because really, is this really a friend group? Because I don't think it's fair to even call it that. Because apparently this group is divided. So maybe Karen, Candace, Wendy should have their own friend group, and the rest of the ladies should have their own friend group. I mean, at least then we can call it as such. But them together, no. It may as well be friend groups within a friend group. Let's see. Yeah, about the xenophobia regarding Wendy and her family being Osu, and whether or not her mother Susan has a shrine. It's just more ways and excuses to malign Wendy, and I'm just sick and tired of it. And at the pool, like Robin says, when people are going through something, they tend to bring someone else's business or what's going on with them, bring up someone else's to make it about them. And Wendy says that she talked about how she's been attacked, but Robin and her family was the one who's been attacked. Well, if you're being attacked, sweetheart, you brought it on yourself. I mean, you lied on Candace and her husband, or you sat back and let Giselle lie on Candace and her husband, knowing full well that there's trouble afoot within your marriage and wine scandal at that school. And you have the nerve to say, well, if you're on the show, you have to share your life or you have to share what's going on with you, when you've barely done that most of last year. So what's your excuse? And for you to say that you and your family has been attacked, I don't think so. Candace and her husband's marriage has suffered. Candace is the one that's been affected. Winnie is the one who's been affected. What you went through, Robin, does not compare to what Candace and Wendy went through. And you know that. She really gets on my nerves. And she had the nerve of crying, saying, like, you're trying to make me out to be the villain. I did nothing to y'all. Yeah, okay. And back at the poolside bar, Wendy feels like she would not be able to forgive herself if she didn't share this with Karen, and it's her birthday. But her mother, Susan, was admitted into the hospital and has been there since the ladies first landed in Austin. And the only way Wendy found out about it is after they landed, and she had a text that come through from her brother that Susan had to go in to get surgery. Susan woke up with extreme pain in her stomach, but it's not known what it was yet. And that right there made it even more triggering for Wendy to hear about what was said and alleged about her mother from Nneka. And Candace acknowledges that while what Susan is going through is understandably painful and upsetting to Wendy, it's not the same as the attacks from Nneka regarding the shrine. But I think what Wendy's trying to say is, like, you know, as much she really loves and cares for her mother, and that's like her heart right there. And to hear anybody say anything bad about her mother is very hurtful to her, because what if something went bad for Susan and she were to die from that? it just really hurts because that is Wendy's mother, and she loves her to death. So I guess I can understand it from that perspective. All right. And then afterwards, they all head up to Ashley's hotel room to do the painting party event 2.0. Everybody gets situated in the room, and Giselle begins with a joke that during this painting party, everybody will be painting Karen's vagina as a tribute to her birthday. Weak joke, but okay. Giselle tells them the real gist of the party is to draw or paint their best interpretation of Karen. And the whole sharing of paint cups inspires Karen to remind all the ladies that all she wants is for everybody to share to get along with each other. Candace is inspired to share that in her confessional that she is struggling to deal with the fact that she has a beef with Robin, all because she said that Robin was complicit in Giselle using lies against her and her husband, only to just to cover up Robin's own marriage troubles and Juan's scandal. Well, I mean, if you have to have beef with somebody for daring to tell the truth and to be honest, then that person's not your friend anyway, Candace. Like, why are you even trying? Like, Robin basically showed you who she was. You should just believe it. I mean, I know you want to get back to where you and Robin were cool and you had like your sister-like fun, but if it's not meant to happen, then it won't happen. I mean, you know how really tight she is with Giselle, and you know how Giselle cannot stand you. Like, for her to see you and Robin getting along well, she doesn't like it. So, alright, let's see. But Candace is willing to put that aside and to focus on the present moment of celebrating Karen. So, yeah, do that, please. Too bad that's ruined later, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Karen shares that she can definitely hold a grudge, and Giselle has first-hand experience of how Karen can hold a grudge. Ashley is the first to show her artistic interpretation of Karen, like from the blonde hair to the shades to her Gucci bag. And I noticed with most of their interpretations, all their paintings show Karen's blonde hair, her shades, her mole, one having 2 strands of hair in it. And one of them had the crown, which represents Karen as the grande dame. Candace, like most of her painting, her canvas was purple with like the blonde hair, the mole, and the shades. And that's supposed to represent Karen being of royalty. And I thought that was pretty creative and brilliant of her. Let's see. And some also shows her in like Gucci, like a Gucci accessories or a Gucci apparel. Let's see. Mia has like something unique. Like there's a picture of Karen, and then there's a picture of her portrayal of Surrey County, and along with the tractor in a field, which represents Karen owning the land that's part of her legacy, and that she wants to keep it going. And that was really nice of Mia to do that. And now, I honestly almost forgot about Robin being there. It's like, oh, yeah, Robin's there. Robin's interpretation is what she feels matters to most to Karen, which was the blue check that is shown next to the usernames on Instagram and X, formerly known as Twitter. Why they changed it from Twitter to X, I don't know, but I'm not on that site, so I don't care. And Karen's very much a good sport about it, and she commends Robin for her creativity and educating her on the acknowledgement that she did pay for the blue check. And she says that all in all, this event was very much fun for her, and it's proving to be a great triple 20. And I have to say, seeing this painting party, it was a very fun and cute idea. Like everybody's getting along, everybody's laughing and joking. Just all nothing but happy, joyful spirits. Let's see. And Karen tells Robin that even though they are going through it, she hopes that they will get to a better place once they get past all the snagging and the snaring at each other. And then Karen follows up with, but until they get to that point, she's going to continue fighting with her. Okay, Karen. Giselle presents to Karen not a birthday cake, but a birthday apple pie with candles. And this pie was supposed to represent her tired analogy regarding Robin, like having some pie now and then put the rest in the freezer. I still don't understand that analogy, but there it is. Now, seeing that the ladies celebrate Karen for her milestone 60th birthday, I'm wondering if Wendy ever comes back for season 9, because this will be the year that they probably likely will start season 9. If Wendy does come back, or if there happen to be filming around the time, because I know Wendy's birthday is sometime in May. Like if they do start filming in May, are they going to celebrate Wendy's milestone 40th birthday? I wonder because after all, like Giselle said, if Karen turns 60, a woman only turns 40 once. But, maybe they won't because there are some ladies that do not see it for Wendy at all. Like Giselle, like Robin, maybe Ashley. I don't know if Mia still is on the outs with Wendy or if they still cannot stand each other, but it'll just be basically Karen and Candace celebrating. I forgot about Aneka, assuming that she'll be back for season 9, but if she is and she still feels the type of way about her, she probably won't want to celebrate Wendy either. So maybe it'll just be Karen and Candace, which is fine because I'm sure Wendy will only want friends celebrating her anyway. So, anyways, but they could surprise us. They could get it together to come together and celebrate Wendy for her 40th birthday. So, we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, Ashley announces that it's time for the ladies to get dressed for dinner, and then they'll be going to a drag show afterwards. We get a montage of ladies sprucing and preparing to go. Wendy gives us an update on her mother. The surgery went well, and her mother, Susan, is now out of dangerous waters, and Wendy is now relieved. I'm glad that everything turned out well. They head to the restaurant. They place their drink and food orders. Wendy tells Mia that she notices her butt is getting bigger, and Mia shares that she has gained some weight this year compared to the last year where she lost a lot of weight from being sick. Mia shares that she's been dealing with a whole lot with the financial troubles and filing for a divorce. I honestly don't really care for Mia like that, so I didn't dwell too much on that. Now, remember all the happy, joyful, and fun spirits that was at the painting party? It ends right here. Ashley asks if anyone is having a great time in Austin. Then, I don't know why, but she brings up the drama that was in the air during the chicken-ish bingo when it was supposed to be a fun time. She said that she noticed Candace getting emotional, and Ashley wants to understand why Candace felt it was okay to bash her friends on social media. Alright, look. It's already up in the air whether Robin or Candace are really friends anyway. I mean, and as Candace, as it was shown, Candace and Rob, there's a rocket between them, but Candace is hoping that they get to a better place. Well, after what transpired in this restaurant, it's unlikely now. Thanks, Ashley. And plus, Candace was already dealing with the lies regarding her husband's sexually assaulting some of the ladies. So Not sure if it's fair to call them friends anyway. But my thing is this. Like, what? And also, yeah, I already addressed the whole Giselle knowing that there was problems in Robin's marriage, the whole Juan cheating on other women, and the scandal at school. Now, with all that said, since Ashley's asking questions, I've got some for her. Number one, of all the times and places, why are you bringing this up? Number one, at a restaurant, the very place where a person expects to enjoy their meal in peace. And number two, why would you bring this up after y'all just had a nice time at the painting party? You guys could have continued on with having happy, positive spirits in the restaurant, but you ruined it by bringing this up. Question number three. Why are you bringing up something that has absolutely nothing to do with you, Ashley? This is between Robin and Candace. If they wanted to talk about it, let them talk about it. And bonus question, couldn't you have waited till you got back to the hotel to bring this up? Or to let them talk about it? I mean, if it bothers you that much, Ashley, put it in the journal. Other than that, quiet. But here we are. And I bet Karen was thinking, oh, hell. Like, is this happening right now? Like, we're supposed to be getting along with each other. What are you doing? Like, Karen already reiterated that she cares that everybody is getting along for her birthday. But Ashley continues that the remorse was expressed in the van and past actions do not line up. You know what else doesn't line up? Your request to be Wendy's friend and then misquoting Ineka's words regarding Wendy being Osu. There's something else that doesn't line up. Why don't you worry about that? Candace dismisses Ashley saying, like, I'm not going to address you on this. Ashley says that Candace can dismiss her all she wants to. And while Candace expresses her grievances on the internet, Ashley prefers to do it to the group. And Candace asks Ashley if she understands that she's not speaking to her about it. Clearly she doesn't, Candace. That's why she keeps harping about it. Candace tells Ashley if she wants to keep talking about it, that she could talk to her ass as she's walking away. And then Ashley tells Candace, to give her a view of her ass as she walks away. Ashley says that she's not trying to put Candace out there. You just did. And Candace should not dismiss her. You just can't leave well enough alone, can you? Again, this has nothing to do with you. Therefore, it's not your concern. Let it go. And then Wendy decides to interject and ask Robin if she has a question for Candace so that they can have a good conversation about this as opposed to the drama that's brewing right now. Robin says no, and instead she says to Ashley that what Candace did was unforgivable. And Candace, talking to Robin, asks her what she did that was unforgivable. Robin says that she would never go on a public platform and continually trash someone. Okay, you and Giselle do it all the time on your podcast, which happens to also be a public platform. I mean, yeah, you may not be doing it on Instagram or Twitter, but you have a podcast, and that's still a public platform. Just saying. And sometime after this taping, you and Giselle spoke on Candace and Chris's marriage yet again. Well, not again. You spoke on the marriage regarding an alleged mistress that Chris was with. And you don't even know if it's true or not. So what would that make you and Giselle? And then Candace reminded Robin that she asked if she was still mad at her, only for her to ignore her. And now Robin has the nerve to play damsel in distress to the group. Robin cuts Candace off and says that, you know what, I'm done with this. And Candace, you can run to X all you want to and continue to say all the crap you want to about me. I don't care. Are you sure you don't care? Because if that were true, you wouldn't have broke down in tears in the van. You wouldn't have broke down in tears, accusing people of making you out to be the villain and saying that you haven't done anything to anybody. Clearly you do care. You just don't want to admit it. Candace says that Robin is not a victim, and she's right. Robin says she's not trying to be. And Robin says that this is her reality. Candace says, well, that's not my fault or my problem. Sorry. Robin wants to make a blanket statement. And Candace is wondering why they're still even talking about this. But Robin ignores her and says, nobody should be using social media to weaponize against each other. You ought to add podcasts to that, because like I said before, you and Giselle do it all the time. So let's not be hypocrites. And Candace asks if it's only okay to weaponize against her and her husband. And Candace snaps that the rules cannot change because of social media, and snaps even more that the line keeps moving. I mean, is Candace lying? Well, all the positive spirits that they had before has gone to shit. Robin gets up to leave, and Mia asks where she's going, yet follows her. Karen says, oh please, Robin's fine, and she's not cool with the fact that Robin's tears are being valued and acknowledged over Candace's tears. And yeah, it is unfair. Mia has this tired defense of Robin, saying that she's going through a lot and they're being crappy friends because nobody's supporting her. But when Candace is going through something, nobody cares because most of you don't like her. Okay. Candace went through a whole lot because of Giselle's lies about her husband, but you don't want to talk about that or care about that. Yeah, that's fair. And Karen reminds Mia, Robin decided that it didn't bother her and that she was okay with it. So what do you expect all of them to do? And Neka speaks for Robin and says that she just wants Candace to take accountability for what she said and did, instead of pointing the finger at somebody else. And according to Aneka, the problem was that Candace cannot admit that she did anything wrong. Okay, here's the thing. Now, while some may argue that what Candace said was wrong, and she was wrong for publicly coming after Robin, if Candace feels like this is her way of fighting back because of all she went through, then to her it's all fair game. If you come after her publicly, she'll come after the person publicly. That's just how she rolls. While she's by herself, Robin is FaceTiming Juan. She asks why she can't see Juan and asks if there's something wrong with his FaceTime. Juan says, I don't know. Sure, okay. Robin asks what he's doing, and it was just the way he answered that's very much questionable and very suspicious, laundry? You're like, yeah, sure you are. Are you doing laundry at the same place you were with that woman? I mean, the question's up in the air. And Robin takes his time to complain to Juan that the ladies are forcing her and Candace to talk to each other, even though she doesn't want to. Juan suggests that Robin just listens and be the bigger person. And Robin says she cannot be the bigger person, and that's why it's frustrating to hear that from Juan. She's just unable to be phony. Okay, I'm done messing with her. At the table, Wendy says she doesn't care if Robin wants to stay with Juan. If she chooses to stay with him and he still cheats on her, then that's not her problem. Yep, that's right. Like, that's her problem. Like, let her deal with it. And she doesn't understand why they're still talking about this, and she just wants some more scallops. Like, just bring out some more food. I'm here to eat. And of course, Giselle joins Robin and just tells her not to engage with Candace. Okay. And she also tells Robin that the only conversation that needs to happen is between her and Juan. That's right, Giselle. Have Robin's back and protect her marriage, yet put Candace's through the ringer. Got it. And then Mia walks to where Giselle and Robin, where they are. Ashley just says that she just wants to get to the drag show. Robin says that she does not want a friendship with someone where she has to be perfect according to their friendship standards. Well, I'm sure Wendy and Candace and Karen feel the same way regarding you. And honestly, nobody's asking you to do that. They're asking you to take accountability, and that's not so hard. It shouldn't be so hard. And as far as sharing things because you're on a reality television show, well, the rules also apply to you. You're not more special or important than anybody else to not share anything. If you're not going to share your life or what's going on with you, why are you still here? Like, don't renew your contract. Live in peace with your husband and family. The issue is about the hypocrisy and double standards that you and Giselle set up. That's the main problem here. And Wendy says that Candace and Robin need to have a conversation between just those two. And to be fair, Wendy, you could have not asked Robin what it is that she wants from Candace. And yeah, that's basically a little mistake that you did. And honestly, all the blame rests on Ashley's shoulders for even bothering to ask about this in a restaurant, no less. And while Candace acknowledges that that was the perfect time to have a conversation like grown adults, Robin acted like a child. Well, you guys could have waited to have this conversation at a hotel, but you didn't. Let's see. And it's at this moment that Candace still sees hope for her and Robin to get to a better place and to become friends again. And the only way that can happen is that she has a conversation without the peanut gallery around them. And Ashley tells Karen that she and Giselle were playing quarters earlier, and her quarter made the glass, which means that Giselle has to give Karen a lap dance. And the only thing Ashley has to do is to kiss Karen. So the mini lap dance commences. Karen prepares for the kiss from Ashley, and then Candace snipes that Karen may get herpes and to get careful. And then she starts naming other STDs. It's like, all right, Candace, like, I know you're upset. I know you're angry with Ashley. You don't like Giselle, but chill out. Like, go get some water, do whatever you have to do to calm yourself down. But all that what you just did was like, now you're the one acting like a child. You said Rama's acting like a child. Well, you're not being any better right now. And then they head out to the drag show. Karen says, like before they got there, when they got to the vans, Karen said that she was hoping for some harmony, but obviously that didn't happen. And it was definitely not the improvement from her birthday celebration last year in Miami. Nope, far from it. Candace is still fuming. They arrive at the venue for the show, and at least they have had their fun here. There were still tensions among some people, but they had their fun. Now, as far as the drag queen names, Robin calls herself the Green-Eyed Gobbler. And she must pay attention to what's being said on Twitter and Instagram as far as her and Giselle being the Green-Eyed Bandits. I don't know if it was Giselle that called them that or if Robin did, but she seemed to be proud of the Green-Eyed the Green-Eyed label. Candace's drag name is Patti LaBelle. Ashley's is Messy Mo Fun. Well, at least she admitted to being messy. So. Wendy is Dr. Lady Bonkiki Summers. Mia chose her stripper name Madison. Ineka is Champagne Libation. And Giselle is Ginger Pop. I don't remember Candace ever saying her drag queen name. But anyways, that's all that happened this episode. And it's the last day in Austin. Okay. You guys have a nice day, and I'll be right back to do Beverly Hills.